He's a Bellator veteran, Strikeforce veteran. He fought at Showtime Elite XC and is currently the Legends of Fighting main event versus the UFC vet Johnny Reese. This welcomes Bubba McDaniel.
What's going on? I'm doing all right. How y'all doing?
We're doing fine.
Oh, well, tell us a little bit about how your preparation is going to face Reese at the upcoming fight. How's training going?
Training's going good. Just going back and forth where I can to get my cardio work, strength and conditioning, my kickboxing, jiu-jitsu work, and, working out here at Team Wolfpack in Muncie, going over to MMA Fit Club to teach twice a week over there, get some work in with those guys. Good couple of groups.
How do you see the fight going when it takes place?
I have no idea. That's the God's honest truth. The way I see the fight going, hopefully I walk out winning.
Well, of course, but what do you feel like is your most dangerous weapon in your arsenal right now? Is it the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu? What do you feel like is going to hurt him the most?
Well, I'm a little of everything, so pick your spot.
Transitioning to some of your other fights that you've had recently, you got a win over UFC veteran and all-around veteran fighter Casey Uscola at Pure Fighting Championship 6, and I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about fighting the Uncola Uscola.
We got along before and after the fight and everything. It's just during, he kind of put some pop knots on my head and put some more back on his. He was a good wrestler. He had some good strikes on top and everything, but I ended up imposing my will in the second round and ended up finishing with the TKO. So, but the dude, he's a real good dude, real tough guy. Kicked my ass first round, you know what I'm saying? So.
Now, was this your first fight in Canada?
It's my first time to ever leave the country. Yeah, it was my first fight in Canada, and the only other places I've been, I got to fly to Hawaii, but I've never fought overseas or anything like in Japan, anything like that. What I would like to.
Yeah, that's where I'm actually from. I'm calling in from Ottawa, Ontario, and I'm just wondering, do you find a big difference fighting in Canada as opposed to fighting in the States?
Yeah, everything's really expensive up there to me. I was trying to find a way to keep myself fed while I was there because the exchange rate and everything. I didn't prepare myself for it. I didn't take that into factor when I got up there, and the prices on everything kind of killed me for a second. I had to ration out for a second until I got paid again.
Was
but fighting in Canada, the crowd was great. Actually, the crowd that was there. I wore a pair of Rebel Flag shorts, and when I did that, everybody was yelling, "Get him, Uncle Jesse!" Kind of a funny little deal to be fighting, listening to people in the crowd. So,
I think as long as you didn't come out to Born in the USA, you're going to be fine.
Well, I don't remember what I came out to, but I came out in one of them big, what do they call them hats there, Kyle? Yeah, I had me an Eskimo hat on and a pair of footy pajamas with monkeys on the feet. I think that got them to start with. They loved me.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Well, due to the fact we're on outfits right now, Reese is, he's probably got 85 to 90% of this entire venue sold out, and you're coming out in some white and pink camouflage shorts on top of that. How do you think that's going to affect the outcome of, how bad you're going to get booed and what reaction is going to be on your face?
The thing about being booed is I'm from Texas, and I fought a lot of my career in Oklahoma, so being booed is not a big thing. On Showtime, the first time I fought for Elite XC, I had 4,300 people booing me inside of there, not even including what was going on Showtime, the internet and things like that. I was brought out there to be, cake, and, it's one of those things where being booed does not bother me at all. If you want to boo me, go ahead, because I'm going to piss you off in the long run.
You actually think the fact that, Reese has got that big amount of background that he has with his fans and the community here, knowing that he's undefeated here in Indiana, you think that has anything to do with where he's at to be able to fight a caliber fighter as yourself?
The thing about that is, too, is, everybody fights good hometown. If that dude finds his energy and does what he's supposed to, in his hometown, more power to him. Just makes it even sweeter for me if I do come out on top.
Now, Bubba, you've worked with a lot of different promotions over the years in your fight career, and recently you've been in some of the big ones. You've been in Bellator, you've been in Showtime XC, you've been in Elite XC, King of the Cage. Do you have a particular favorite out of all those?
It's when you're there, it seems like, oh, this is great for everybody, really. Like King of the Cage was the first one to give me my pay-per-view shot. They put me up on my first casino, had me with my first, per diem, all that, setting me up, giving me a good fight, putting me on TV, and I thought that was awesome. And then I go to Elite XC and they fly me to Hawaii. I'm out there on the beach, looking at the sand and everybody out surfing and everything all day while I'm relaxing and all that. And that was great, Partied with my opponent afterwards. Everybody treated me good. I thought it was my big step up, And we go to Horseshoe Casino, had a good time there, Bellator flies us down, keeps us up good, kept us fed well. And made sure everything was on time. I've had a good experience with a lot of different places, So I couldn't really pick one in particular. It's every time it seems like it takes itself, a new step to something new. But everybody's treated me good.